Hello, Nidlinks here, and welcome to my channel. It's probably one of the first times you ever hear my voice before, and it's my first time talking on YouTube, so please bear with me. I'm very nervous about this. Today, I just want to talk about one of my passions, that is My Hero Academia. Considering I love Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and a lot of other superhero tropes of series, My Hero is one of them. Of course, I love anime as well. If you just, tell me that about anime and stuff, I would probably be into it as well. I just really want to talk about the state of My Hero Academia, or just talk about the manga. So, spoiler alerts for anyone, who haven't read the manga. You should probably just click off this video, because it's just, it's gonna be spoilers. Okay. First things first. I feel like, let me just talk about the best part of the season of the series. I would say a lot of people hating the series of from season 1 to like season 5. A lot of people hate it, but I think it's probably one of the best parts. Of course, the war arc and what is it? The war arc and the Deku villain hunt arc was amazing. They were really good. But the problem is, the war arc did feel like it was a little rushed at the end, as well as the villain hunt arc. I feel like it rushed at the end. They kind of keep doing that nonstop. They kind of kept rushing at the end, and the casualty in the war arc was pretty fatal. So I didn't really have a problem with that. Like, most people say, oh, like, they maybe could have done some more, or someone like seriously close to Deku should have died. But remember, it's a shonen, it's a shonen manga. A lot of, other shonen animes also, like, do not kill some of their main cast. Like Naruto, like, I think he lost Neji. I mean, he lost some more other people, but he lost Neji, which is probably one of the closer ones, but he wasn't the closest person. He didn't lose like Sasuke or Sakura or something like that. He lost Jiraiya, which is also a father figure. Usually those father figures usually lost, but I'm getting off track. Okay. So what I'm saying is, recently I feel like when Class 1A tried to rescue Deku in the villain arc, I feel like the series kind of felt more abrupt, felt more forced. It felt like, they're just doing it for the fans. They're just giving that part out so all of the Class 1A characters can return, considering that's the whole series has been about, But they made that solo arc, like, abruptly cut off. I feel like the arc just abruptly just cuts off, and they gave Class 1A back, like, out of nowhere. I get, like, the part where Class 1A versus Deku, but considering how strong Deku was, even being tired in that situation, like, he could have escaped, Like, I'm not even gonna say, like, oh, you have to change the script, Horikoshi, or something like that. I just felt like in that situation, he should have escaped, just to give a little bit more, like, life experiences, like something where he find himself exhausted and passed out, and he goes in and someone rescues him. But it's not a villain, not a hero, a civilian. like one civilian, but you know they're not. He's not. They're not angry at Deku, you know, or not angry at the heroes. They're not angry at the villains, but they're somber that their lost ones has lost their lives. You know, something like that. To see how Deku would react in that situation, because you know, that's in that situation where how can Deku give the positivity to this person that he needs, you know, or tell him what he can do or what he can do in that situation. If you know a villain attacked your loved one, like what can you do? Will you blame it on the villains, or will you blame it on the heroes for not saving the, you know, your friends, your partner, your family, your, you know, anyone, you know, in that situation, you know. I just want to see more of that, or maybe Deku and Stain, but I don't really want to change the script that much. That is already out. The chapter's already out. Or Stain it just talks with All Might. You know, they didn't really give too much script for that. But the reason why I don't really dislike is that whole, like the whole villain arc has a whole, the villain hunt arc as a whole, cause Ochaco, you know, you feel me? Like Ochaco did what I kind of wanted from Deku, where she explains the situation to that angry mob and angry like peoples that were just want Deku out. They don't want to like help Deku at all in any circumstances. They didn't try to. They didn't try to do anything at all. And all he needs was like a little rest and just fix up his gear, and that's about it. He didn't need that much. But you know, in their situation, they're just angry at the heroes, because the hero, and Deku specifically, because he's has one for all. So it just feels to me that that was a great part, by the way, with Ochako and Deku. That's amazing. Like, it's probably one of the best written parts for Ochako as a character, and also has it gives a very good momentous moment for Deku. But after that, it really just kind of just feels rushed beyond imaginable. It feels super rushed, and some moments are just really particularly weird. Where Deku versus Bakugo was kind of on. I get they were trying to make a joke, and oh, for the Afro to come back, Dequan, to come back. But the thing is, like, it was a good joke. I like that. But the thing is, Deku in this current state could easily beat Bakugo, with all the quirks and all what he has. But, they only put him a 1 versus 1 with Bakugo. It was just, I don't really understand that. Like, they could have, like, it could have just put a bunch of characters, a bunch of characters to fight with Deku, plus with Bakugo, the Bakugo, Sero, Ochako, Su, or some ones that are like maybe much strong against some of his Deku's quirk, like Kirishima. He's hardened, so Black Whip or something would not sustain him long enough. What will you do to combine those quirks to capture Kirishima or capture all these other characters? Or Todoroki that has ice and fire. What are they going to use, like, to speed up momentously to surpass Todoroki's speed? Of course, they showed a part where Todoroki was training on himself, by himself, and stuff like that. But as I say, when it comes to like training development, My Hero is not the best at that. That's why a lot of people do not understand that. Oh, Deku has grown over time and he's gotten stronger over time, much stronger than a lot of people's thought. But like, they didn't show it as much. They don't show too much of like these running training like nonstop, or like some exercise training like other shows. But that's all, really. I just want to get my thoughts out on the manga and how it's going for me. I just feel like it's really rushed. That's about it. So I just want to talk about, if you about that. That's basically it. But if you guys want me to play something, I'm playing My Hero, but I might switch to a new game, maybe like Attack on Titan, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Arceus, which I might think of getting as well. Then things like that. And just leave a comment below and tell me what you want or what you want to see. Deuces.